Thank you.
No further calls. Then the question is that the motion be agreed to. Sorry, Asanati Lole-Taylor.
I am pleased to have the opportunity to speak for the first time on behalf of the New Zealand First on this Auckland Council regulation of prostitution in specified places bill. The Local Government and Environment Committee report considers that this bill should give the Auckland Council a wider jurisdiction under this bill beyond the South Auckland boundaries. As the local residents of the South Auckland, and to be specific, Otahuhu, this bill and its crux deserves a serious consideration. Prostitution not only exists on Hunter's Corner at Papatotoi, it is being solicited in many parts of South Auckland. In Otahuhu, you only have to drive through Atkinson Avenue, or sometimes even through Great South Road in Manurewa, just to be able to experience what's actually happening there. The whole place turns from a bustling commercial and schooling district into an area of pickups and drop-offs for prostitutes. Under the Prostitution Law Reform Act 2003, prostitution became decriminalised. Sadly, there will always be a market in the sex industry for prostitution, and it doesn't help when jobs are scarce. Contrary to what the Prime Minister and his minister may think, I will be surprised if the government supports this bill, considering its current welfare reforms. It opposes a market for job opportunities, doesn't it? New Zealand First never supported the Prostitution Reform Act in 2003. However, since it is part of legislation, we must consider part of this bill that addresses many important issues concerning soliciting prostitution in public places or public areas. Children should not be exposed to used condoms on their walks to school, or question the openness of sex being available on every corner of their shopping centres. Parents should not have to explain to their kids why this paraphernalia is dumped in public parks, beaches, in and around the local schools and church boundaries. Business owners, local residents and local communities should not have to clean up the mess the next morning. Prostitution should have never been so openly accepted with Prostitution Law Reform Act 2003. We are now dealing with consequences of this, and here's the message we're sending to our future generations. It is all right to openly involve in the openness of sexual activity in exchange for money. It is a career path to which children can take, and it is being publicly displayed and accepted to practice in our communities. New Zealand is a country which allows for the mixing of family environments and the sexual activity of prostitution. Local businesses, be it small or large, have accepted sex work is happening, or accepted that sex work is happening on their doorsteps, and deal with the problems the next morning. So, Mr. Speaker, thorough scrutiny of this bill is imperative so that New Zealand communities can feel comfortable and raise our families, our children, and to take part in this economy. It allows for our public environments to be protected against the danger of sex work. We need to feel safe in our own communities, and we need to recognise the importance of raising our children in an environment where they can dream beyond the prospects of standing on the shop corners. New Zealand First acknowledges that the bill needs to be looked at seriously, worked on especially in regards to enforcement, and it seems that the police can actually arrest under suspicion of prostitution and enforce a fine of up to $2,000 as per clause 13 on the bill. And the clause 13 on the bill says gives a constable the power to arrest without a warrant a person who he or she has good cause to suspect has committed an offence. Now that is rather grey. If they accuse a local contingent who is waiting for the bus or taxi or somebody from the family to pick them up, they're opening themselves to serious, to come serious under fire. So even with this, Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to say that New Zealand First supports the bill and commend the sponsor who brought it to the attention of the House. Thank you.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. Ayes have it. Party vote. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes in favour.
Green Party.
14 votes against.
New Zealand First.
Votes in favour.
Māori Party.
In favour.
Mana. Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 vote in favour.
The ayes are 105, the noes are 15. The motion is agreed to. Call members' order of the day number 1.
Employment Relations.